Hello, how are you? I'm Kayla. Welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to do a video telling about my plans and also dreams because I don't know or think that I'm going to be able to accomplish as much necessarily this year. So partially dreams, but plans for my stash. I want to knit basically only from stash this year. I have a finite space capability for my stash, which I'm sure we all do, and I'm kind of at capacity. So I really need to use what I have, and that's what I'm gonna be talking about today. I saw this idea from Nestled in Knits. She did a kind of like her mood board for winter using this. So I'm going to be screen recording and making a board showing, my ideas and plans for what I'm going to use stash yarn for. And hopefully that's going to be a fun way to see my plans and goals. So first of all, this doesn't even use up my whole stash. It uses some of it, but a good amount of it. So this year I have some other goals besides using stash yarn. I do want to do knit more pullovers. I did a handful of cardigans last year, and I'm realizing pullovers will probably be more useful to me than I initially thought. Some more engaging knits too. I want to do some more textured knits and cabled patterns, maybe some color work for sure. Not that I won't have stockinette projects. In fact, I started one yesterday, but yeah, I just want to do some things that are not even necessarily challenging, because I've been knitting for a really long time, just things that are more engaging and will take a little bit more brain space than plain stockinette. And another goal of mine, because all last year I did not gauge swatch, I want to be #mature and gauge swatch before all of my projects, and then do the appropriate math if I'm off gauge and so on, so then I can hopefully know what I'm going to get as far as fit, and just be more thoughtful about my fit preferences. My body has changed and gotten bigger in the past year, and so a lot of the things that I made in the past year, while I chose to do less ease than a lot of times what the pattern recommended, because I've had things with a lot of ease before and didn't like how it fit. Anyway, so I chose less ease, but then now my body grew and it's like not enough ease. Now, if I get back down to the size I want to be, then we'll see how that goes. But for now, it's just kind of one of those things, like, I don't know if I was thoughtful enough. I also didn't realize I was going to get bigger. But anyway, whatever. I'm trying to be more thoughtful about fit, figure out what I like, do more engaging knits, knit from stash, and gauge swatch. Those are my things. So now I'm going to start screen recording, and we'll make this here a little board. Okay, so I am now screen recording on my iPad. I will be looking down from time to time, well, probably a lot of the time, because I'll be trying to make this board. So I'm going to go into my photos, and I'm going to start selecting some of the things that I am going to make. So first, going to add these projects. This is what I started yesterday. This is the Weekend Slipover by Petite Knit, and I'm using this Reynolds Icelandic tweed that I have in stash that my husband found at the thrift store. I've never knit a pullover or a slipover before. I've never worn a slipover before, or a vest, so I'm interested to see if I like it. Hopefully it's not a waste of yarn, but I don't think I have enough of that Icelandic tweed to even knit a whole sweater, and so I don't think that I should even try, because I don't think I have enough. I also know that for me, I'm not super sensitive, but I don't think I will like it next to skin, so I think a slipover is a good choice. All right, my next thing that I want to make is the Ingrid Slipover by Petite Knit. I've also never knit anything from Petite Knit before, So I think that'll be fun. I know a lot of people do knit petite knit stuff. So maybe you're tired of hearing it, but I've never knit anything from her before. So there are a few patterns that I do want to do. And the Ingrid Slipover is one that I've loved ever since I saw it. I have Cascade 220 in the color River Rocks for that. That's the one that's there. So let's see, what else do we have here? Another pattern that I'd really like to do and have swatched for already is the Stick Season Sweater by Rebecca Clow. I'm gonna crop this actually and just include her, not her dad or stepdad. And I am going to be knitting that in Drops Daisy in this light gray color, which, like I said, I already swatched for it. Ooh, here it is. And I got gauge with the recommended needle, which is really cool. So this is super soft. I've heard this yarn pills a lot, but that's okay. I'm pretty excited about this. The thing about the Stick Season Sweater, I want to do the texture pattern all over the sweater and not just the top little portion that she's got in her sample photos. Also, with the Reynolds Icelandic Tweed, the Weekend Slipover V-neck, here is my start from yesterday. I actually had to go down a needle size. The recommended needle size is a US 9, which I think is a 5mm. I could be wrong. But I gauge swatched and found that I was way over gauge. And at the size 8 needles, if that's 4.5mm, I think, the size 8 needles, I was still over gauge, but only by 1 stitch as opposed to 2. So I did some math, and I think I'm knitting the size large because I do want to have a good amount of ease. Hopefully I didn't make a bad choice. Maybe could have done medium, but again, we're trying to figure out what we like as far as fit. So yeah, that's back with that. Okay, so I would love to do the Stick Season Sweater, as I said. Let's see what else I've got here. Okay, I've got so many things. Like I said, I don't think I'll be able to do all of these things by any means. But another thing I have recently swatched for is the Twigs by Junko Akamoto. I don't have a picture of the yarn here. I have had this yarn in stash for years because I asked for it for Christmas, I believe, so a few years ago, intending to knit this sweater, and I just never started it, partially because of intimidation and partially just because I just didn't get to it. So I'm using a dark brown and like a grayish tan and then a white or cream color, all in Knit Picks palette. But I swatched in these colors. This is also Knit Picks palette. I just didn't want to use up any of the yarn for the sweater, and this was scrap yarn. So I did a color work section and just stockinette. I used the size 2 needles that it recommends, and I'm right on gauge with the color work, and I'm a little bit over gauge with the stockinette. So I'll probably have to re-swatch stockinette with the size 1 needle and see where I'm at. And if I get gauge with the 1, then I'll just have to switch between size 1s and size 2s in the stockinette and color work sections, which would be a little annoying. But I am a little bit over. I think it will make a slight difference in the sizing. So we'll see, like I said, how that turns out when I'm ready. Okay. If you hear my dog, I'm really sorry. He's over here snarfing a little. So let's see. I would love to do this sweater. Oh gosh, now I can't think of the name. It's like the Sebastian and something sweater. Sorry, Nordland, just put it out recently. Ugh. And I've got this Patons Evermore yarn, which is a recycled wool. And it's a cream with rainbow tweedy bits in it. Okay, I'm gonna have Bella and Sebastian. I think that's what it's called, the pullover. So maybe that. I definitely think I want to do a cabled sweater with this Patons yarn. Possibly the Moby sweater by Petite Knit, but I was trying not to do everything in Petite Knit. So yeah, we'll see. I do really love how that one looks. Also, by Sorry Nordland, I would love to restart and knit the Pohjola pullover. I actually started it last year and was about 10 rows into the yoke before I realized that I was doing it wrong, because I printed the chart on my black and white printer and mistook the grayed out sections for main color sections. So I was totally doing it wrong. I frogged it back and I was like, I will restart this at another point because I still really want this sweater. I don't have yarn pictures for this, but it's Drops Alpaca in Wheatfield, Lavender Frost, and Cream, which are very similar colors to her sample. I know her sample was a different yarn, but I tried to pick super affordable option that had the same colors. And then, okay, for socks, I only have 2 pairs of socks on here. I'm currently knitting my husband a pair of socks, but for me, I've got this pair of socks, which, wow, why can't I remember anything? It's by Summerlee Knits. Hold on, let me find out, shall we? Leap Year Socks by Summerlee. There we go. And I want to use this sock set that I have from Primrose Yarn Co. It's in the colorway Mrs. Danbury or Lady Danbury. I bought this when I went to the New Jersey Sheep and Fiber Festival in September. And I have a scrap of like a white stroll that I'm going to use for the stripes. So the cuff will be the primarily that yellowy color, or the ochre yellowy color with white stripes, and then I'm just going to do the whole foot in the main color. The other pair of socks I want to knit is this, I think it's called Eggs for Easter, and I'm going to use all the same colors, just different yarn. It's going to be navy stroll, white stroll, scrap red from a mini that I had, and then the yellow is a Cascade Heritage sock that I got recently at a local yarn store. Okay, moving on. Do I have any more? Yes. Okay, this is the last pullover that I definitely want to do. Again, it's petite knit, sorry. It's the Monday sweater, and it is plain stockinette, but I'm really interested in trying this out. And I've got this Drops Lima in the color Almond, which I think will look really good. I'm trying to put things in here so that I have space for the video, which I think will be around here, but I don't know. Okay. And then, okay, the last thing is I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, so I have a few different pictures. And again, we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to, this is like least priority. Okay, so I've got this Drops Lima in the color Green Mix, I think it's called. And I am not sure what I want to do. As far, like, I think I want to do a vest because I don't think I have enough for a full pullover or sweater, but I'm not sure if I want to do the Staffen Vest by Rebecca Clow, which is here, the Lauder Vest by Rebecca Clow, which is here, or this vest by Sorry Nordland. So the Lauder and the Sorry Nordland vest, which is I think the Adelita, let me find out. Yeah, Adelita by Sorry Nordland. I actually had this saved in my favorites with the words on it, pickle green, ? So I think that might be the move, although this Lauder vest is really cool. I originally thought Staffen, but I don't know, I'm kind of thinking V-neck, so we'll see. And again, not an exhaustive list. This is just what I'm immediately thinking of. I might do another one of these videos coming up with more like summer knits, spring, summer tees, tanks type of a thing. And I haven't even thought about accessories besides these 2 pairs of socks for myself. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what your plans are. Let me know if you like this style of video, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!